Oh, shoot. What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? If you guys can see, we are not in our usual recording location. We have been teasing this a little bit. We have a very big announcement for you guys. Wanted to wait until we hit 50K. We have officially hit the 50,000 subscriber mark, so thank you guys so much for the support. And this announcement, the spot that we're in, we couldn't have gotten it without you guys, so thank you guys so much for subscribing, being a part of the journey. But yeah, guys, without further ado, we have a very special announcement. We have officially moved location. Swans Emporium has gone to an office space that we are in right now, and we are just expanding, getting more done, and let's go. We want to show you guys the office. We want to give you guys a tour for 50,000, show you guys kind of what we've been up to, and just the whole operations behind the scenes. So let's go and get into the office tour video. All right, guys, so the first room in the office, this is our kitchen slash, right now it's our Yu-Gi-Oh storage room. We bought a couple of pallets of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We've kind of just been storing it here in the kitchen because we don't really have any better place to put it. So this is something for us to tackle at a later date. But for right now, it's just taking over the kitchen. Of course, we have over here, we have like our vendor supplies, our racks, our display cases, just a miscellaneous kind of storage room right now. But of course, you know, we've got classic kitchen stuff. We've got the foods, snacks, drinks, water, and just something for everybody. So that is kind of the entirety of this room as of right now. But hopefully we can get it all cleaned up, get some of the Yu-Gi-Oh out of there. And then we'll also hopefully show you guys a little bit more, do some videos on the Yu-Gi-Oh so you can get a bit of a breakdown of that. But we'll get into that at another time. Over here, guys, just the bathroom. Got to have a bathroom, and then of course all our storage stuff for extra cleaning supplies, extra shipping supplies. Nothing special really over here, but it's just a nice little extra storage space to have. And then as we go down, guys, this is where the magic happens. This is Johnny and Max's office. We've got Johnny here working away at the singles. But yeah, basically in this room, this is where we process all of our inventory that comes in. As you guys can see over here, we've got a bunch of Pokemon games that we picked up at a local show, and we're going to be getting it onto our website. Everybody has their own little workstation, and then of course back here we've got where we put the items to process them. Moves over to Johnny, who takes care of all the singles, get them organized, gets them organized, gets them to where they need to be. And then Max will put it on the website. He is currently not here, but Max, great guy. Next up in this room, this is kind of our hangout room slash this is where Marcus and Dylan work. Dylan here helps look over some of the cards and helps us pre-grade because we're trying to get into grading a little bit more. So that is, Dylan just kind of takes in the singles, checks them out for us, helps us determine where they should go as well. A lot of the team works on the singles. And then we have Marcus here, AKA Kudex, who is our head of eBay. He is the one that gets our eBay store fully stocked up. So with video games, some slabs, some stuff that we can't either sell at shows or on the website, feel like it's best to go on eBay. He takes care of all of that. And then on this other side of the room is kind of just like, you know, where we can hang out, chill, watch some TV, play some games. We've got our whiteboard, obviously, for just writing down some ideas, team meetings, whatever it may be. But yeah, a little bit of a hybrid room here. It used to be almost entirely for chilling. We had two different TV displays in here, but really just was the biggest room kind of put to waste. So we really like how we've been changing it up. And now, of course, we can have Marcus and Dylan working in here as well. Then if we go down the hall, this right here is my office. Thing to note, we've got the shelf here. This is a giveaway shelf, all the stuff that you guys have given me throughout the years at shows. We've got it all put on display on the shelf. So hopefully, you know, if you're somebody that gave me something across my time of vending. Hopefully you see it here because we always keep everything that we get. Really appreciate it. And then workstation, we've got just a bunch of singles, some stuff that I've been prepping, going through. Just had quite a big master set collection come in that we recorded, so hopefully you guys will be able to see that in a future video. But nothing too crazy with my office, just, you know, standard little place. And then of course at the end here, we've got our shipping room and our storage room. Now we have a nice little Uline shipping station. This was something that I was desperately in need of when we were doing this before. We were working entirely out of my basement at my house. It was just a mess having to go into the garage for the inventory, then come inside to the shipping station and then walk over here to get the bubble wrap, whatever it is. And just having everything all in one spot for efficiency's sake is just something I very much needed, and I absolutely love to have, because as you guys can see, we've got our inventory on one side, pull it right here, get it shipped out, boom, good to go, all in one spot. So one of the main reasons we decided to get an office space was, one, just to get all of the stuff out of the house. I've been doing this full time for about 4 or 5 years now, and I've been reselling for so much longer than that. I've always had an accumulation of just stuff in my house, whether it's tucked underneath my bed or just overflowing in the garage or anywhere it is. It would always just be wherever I could find the space for it. And this has just been such an amazing thing, getting everything out of the house, getting everything into its own efficient space that we can just come to, focus on work, and just nose to the grindstone. Had a really tough time differentiating home life and work life when I was working out of my house. And so now I know that when I get here, it's time to work, it's time to get to business, and then I can go home and kind of step away for a minute. So it's been really nice to have this space, the creative space, just the entirety of this place to do whatever we need. And of course, we've been able to expand the business pretty quickly with doing so. Obviously, we've brought on Marcus, Dylan, Max. So the team has been expanding, and we've just been able to do so much more, so much faster, and it's been incredible. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the entire office. We're gonna be shooting a lot more content here. We kind of want to give you guys more of like a vlog style, day in the life, kind of what we do for the business behind the scenes. With collections coming in, items being processed, things getting shipped out, tons of orders, website orders, everything that goes on, so much stuff throughout the day that we're always working on. So hopefully we can kind of take you guys behind the scenes, show off the place and what we do here. But for now, we just wanted to let you guys know that we've officially expanded to a new place. Very excited to be here and be in this position. So thank you so much. And yeah, now for you guys, we've got a little bit of a Q&A that we want to get into. We asked on Instagram and YouTube, you guys asked some questions for us. So we're gonna be answering those for you right now. All right, guys, so you guys asked us a ton of questions over on Instagram and YouTube, and we're gonna be answering them for you guys right now. Starting with the first question, how did we get into vending? Now, my first time ever vending was actually with video games. I was invited to a small swap meet down in Graham, Washington, and it was my first time ever being invited to something like that. I knew the guy that was putting on the event through video games, and he was opening up his own store. So he wanted to start off by doing some swap meets to kind of get a feel of how it would work. So he offered to, have me there as a vendor. So I really went hard on it. I had a couple of 3-4 tables filled with video games, a rack of clothing. I brought my fiance with me, and we just set up, brought our glass cases, everything. And I just had a ton of fun with the process of going to an event, setting up, selling in person, negotiating, and just, having everything out on display. I just loved the idea of it, and I loved executing it. And there was just a whole process of being able to set up and sell my goods in person. Just fell in love with it. Wow. Okay, so next question. What is one of your favorite childhood memories? In terms of Pokemon, I guess one of my favorite childhood memories was pulling the Lugia from Neo Genesis when I was out on vacation in California. For some reason, that just really sticks out to me when I was a child, and that's one of the reasons that another question that we had was, what is my favorite card? That's the reason the Lugia from Neo Genesis is my favorite card of all time. Just have that link between childhood. This question we get asked all the time: how did you and Johnny meet? So basically, Johnny was a part of a friend group that we had mutual friends in, and I reconnected with one of the buddies who invited me into this friend group, and that's where I met Johnny for the first time. I was doing Pokemon vending, and he was selling a product on TikTok. He was selling it on TikTok. And honestly, he would come over and buy some stuff from me for his TikTok streams. And it got to the point where he was like, I don't really enjoy how it's being ran over here. And I said to him, hey, well, why don't you just come and do it under my account and do it with me, and I'll give you full creative control over however you want to do it. And we worked out a little bit of a partnership there, and from then on out, he just started getting more and more involved with the business, started vending together. He's just behind the table. I guess he doesn't vend, but just started coming to all the shows and turned into whatever the it is now.
It's just a longer version of what I said earlier.
Yeah.
Derek picked me up from the unemployment line. He said, "Who wants work?" And I raised my hand. I thought he said, "Who wants food?" So, kind of got baited into that. Was that a good question? Answer?
Yeah, that's great.
Cool.
Was that a good question?
Would you rather sell $1 million worth of cards or have 1 million subscribers?
Oh, this is a good one. We talked about this one. We talked about this one a lot, actually.
Probably 1 million subscribers. Because, like, if I told them, "Hey, here's my Venmo me $2. That's 2 million. That's an infinite money glitch."
Oh, if you told every single subscriber.
Yeah, if I told every...
Yeah.
What's your argument?
All right, yeah. So, okay, that we're not gonna be asking you guys for any money. So, the obvious answer here is 1 million subscribers, because if you sell $1 million worth of Pokemon cards, you're just selling your own product. I mean, who knows how much actual profit is there? But if the question was phrased as, would you rather have $1 million right now or 1 million subscribers, then I would choose the $1 million over the 1 million subscribers, because we could take that $1 million and do so much with it and then continue to grow the YouTube channel on the side. I don't think if we had 1 million subscribers, we would be able to come out with the quality of content that can match 1 million subscribers. I mean, we're sitting on this couch and Johnny's putting a hat on a Munchlax right now. You know what I mean? So, like, we would need to just level up slowly like we've been doing, but we could take $1 million and do so much with it right now that would turn our business into something so much better, so much bigger if we just had, infinite amounts of capital. So not saying 1 million is infinite, but just like, I'd rather just inject that money into the business and work with that and turn it into more and continue to grow slowly on YouTube.
Do you plan on doing any international shows?
Does Derek ever plan going international?
Nice.
I think he was practicing his Spanish this weekend. So I think that's a hint. It might be Mexico.
Huh?
Or Spain.
Yes, we do plan on doing international shows in the future. We were actually going to do a show up in Vancouver, Canada, but unfortunately we had another show come up that we ended up doing instead. We have just been told a huge mix of things with international shows about how the currency exchange and just different ways of things being done. It's a little bit more complicated, so it's not something that's deterring us from going. It's just something that we have to do a little bit more research on, so we go in there knowing exactly what we're up against. And we'd love to eventually come international shows. We'd love to venture out and just do shows wherever we can. Of course, we're still working on expanding to the East Coast, so we've got a lot of area to cover before we start really thinking about international shows, but I can definitely see a Canada show coming soon since it's so close to us. Rank the Pokemon generations best to worst, 1 through 9. Let's see here. Obviously, the best generation for the starters, it's got to be Gen 3.
Okay, I was about to smack you there.
What?
Why not 1, bro?
Gen 1?
Yeah.
Bro, come on. Gen 3 is so much better.
Like, you picked Trico over Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is it? I'd say it goes Gen 3, Gen 2, Gen 1.
Gen 3, Gen 2, Gen 1?
Yeah, that's top 3.
I kind of want to put Gen 1 first.
And then what?
Gen 3.
Okay, so 1, then 3. You got love for 2 like that or no?
I think 1, 3-2 is my top.
Okay, 1-3-2 for Johnny, 3-2-1 for me.
But we should probably.
All right, my official tier list of gens 1 through 9 is going to be Gen 3, Gen 2, Gen 1, Gen 4, Gen 5, Gen 9, Gen 6, Gen 8, Gen 7.
I can agree with that.
Are you going to do yours now?
Mine, it's the same thing. You just switch the 3 into 1.
It's the same thing, just switch the 3 into 1.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, guys, we got to cut back in because apparently we were talking about the entire generations, not just the starters. So that's going to actually throw things off quite a bit.
I think I might put things backwards.
Yeah, because I think Gen 1's got to be like last after all that. Because, yeah, it's the originator, but, like, let's be honest.
But, like, Psychic's OP in that gen, like, there's nothing to counter it. Like, it's
yeah, that's tough. Like, I really like Gen 5, like, overall. I'll probably still put Gen 3 as number 1, and then Gen 5, and then Gen 4, and then Gen 2, and then Gen 9. And then I honestly don't remember, like, anything from the Sun. I think, like, the only game I haven't played fully is Sun and Moon. And so I'm going to have to go from Gen 9 to Gen 6 to Gen 1 to Gen 8, then Gen 7. What?
Hot take. Hot take.
What is your favorite pre-workout meal? I know I don't look like it, but I do go to the gym almost daily. My favorite pre-workout is Depression with Heartbreak music, and then a lot of White Monster. If you know, you know.
How do you top that? Wow. You know, I love just I actually like working out on an empty stomach. That's kind of just how I do it. But if I'm going to eat before, probably just having some eggs, oatmeal, eggs and bacon, classic breakfast. I don't know. Favorite meal or place to eat? Wow, that's a great question. Love me some sushi. Got a nice little all-you-can-eat sushi place in the area that we can go to after the shows. So all-you-can-eat sushi for sure.
Anything all you can eat.
Anything all you can eat. Korean barbecue. That's a hot one. We go to Korean barbecue after shows all the time. It's very gluttonous, and you just, I don't know, you kind of just feel like a king eating forever as much as you can. And
it's probably more quantity over quality when we go eat.
yeah, but maybe I would say some of the places are pretty quality.
Wait, I don't have a mustache. What inspired the mustache?
You literally have a mustache.
I have a whole thing.
But you got a mustache.
It's a whole
Are you just
beard
asking
though.
me?
No, but isn't a mustache just like a singular thing? Like this is a
Yeah.
beard.
By definition, the mustache is just
Yeah.
well, no, but like you do have.
Oh, what?
You have.
What inspired the mustache was the fact that I just truly cannot grow a full beard, and you know, my dad had a nice mustache, passed down 2 of them to me, as you guys, you know, kind of doesn't really grow in the middle, but yeah, just I just like rocking the mustache. That's it. All right, favorite location event. This is a good question. This is definitely a toss-up between Seattle, just because it's our local show. We have 3 tables. We can bring a ton of stuff. We can actually get sealed product in. We don't have really a cap of how much we can take. So Seattle is up there for us. But in terms of flying shows, I would probably put Vegas up there as number 1. I mean, it's Front Row's home base. It's a huge show. Obviously, we're staying at the Rio, so it's a lot of fun to be had with the guys after the show. But just it's very nice staying in the same location as the event and just kind of having everything all in one spot, going from the hotel down to the tables, down to the show, whether you're into it or not. I mean, it's kind of just everything is there for you in Vegas, and love going there and just spending time in Vegas. So I would say that would be number 1 if it's not Seattle because of the localness of the show.
I hate all of them equally. I get so tired after all of them. They all kind of just feel the same to me. It's just work. I'm just here to pay bills. Move on.
All right. The question is, what is the best modern set to come out as of recent that is not Ascended Heroes? Because obviously Ascended Heroes would be the number 1 pick here. So I'm going to obviously go with Destined Rivals just because it was Just a rocket set. It's got the classic Mewtwo. It's got the evil mons. It's got all that. It's a good set. What's the hardest part about running a YouTube channel and vending every weekend? Honestly, not gonna lie, very cheesy answer, but I got very lucky. Have a great editor that stepped in very early on and kind of took a lot of that strain off of me. When I was very first starting, I was basically vending on the weekends, and then I was spending the entire week editing the footage, getting it ready, making the thumbnail, posting it, and then by the time all that was done, it was ready to vend again. So it was kind of consuming everything that I was doing, but I was enjoying it at the time. Like I said, very early on, I got very lucky with having our editor step on, and he's been with us ever since the beginning. And so really all I have to do is do my vending on the weekends, and it's all kind of taken care of. At the beginning, I would say it's very stressful when you're really doing it, when you're really grinding it all out. It takes up almost all of your time unless you really get a system down. It can just be super overwhelming, but just know that if you guys are starting out, it is worth it. It's worth the time. You never know what opportunities are going to present itself to you, and you never know how efficient you can become in something and how you can get your time management down. If you guys can, highly recommend to invest into an editor and kind of take that stress off of you. You can still have full creative control and still work closely with them, but just knowing that you'll have that extra time, especially if you're creating a business. If you're just doing it for fun on the side, then learn how to edit, learn to enjoy it. I would recommend anybody learns to edit, because that way if something goes wrong, you still have a way to get the footage out. And yeah, just yeah. What was the first big deal I did when I started vending? So back a long time ago, a couple years at this point, I was at a show at Twin Oaks, and I had just amassed a ton of 151 singles. And I had somebody come up that was really interested in trading for them. They offered me a Shining Kabutops first edition PSA 10, at the time going around $2,500 to $3,000. And we traded just straight across a bunch of 151 singles for the Shining Kabutops, which I kept and still have to this day. It's worth close to $12,000 now. But that was just like oh my goodness, it's a Shining, it's a first edition, it's a PSA 10. That was when I really, saw the magnitude of the kind of stuff that we could just walk up to the table at any point. And that was probably the biggest card that I had when I first started out. All right, so the question is, what has surprised you most as your business has evolved? And honestly, I would just say that what's definitely surprises me every single day is the amount of support that we get as a team here, and just, coming up to us at shows, people saying they've watched the videos. I mean, I remember when I first started just thinking that, this wasn't really going to go anywhere. Nobody was going to watch the videos. We're just kind of post and see what happens. And now we're here today doing a 50,000 subscriber special. Just with all your guys' support, the team being, people that want to help out the business and just be a part of this. It's something that you never really think about. You have the vision of what you want your business to become, but having it actually unfold and, become a reality is just something that surprises me every single day. So the support from the team, the support from you guys at home, the support from my family, my wife, and everything is just incredible. So I just really appreciate everybody that has walked into my life and been a part of it. So, it's incredible to see what we've built, and excited to keep being surprised throughout the years. It seems like you guys buy more than you sell at shows. How do you sell it all? How do you resell less desired inventory? This is a great question. So as you guys know, we definitely take in everything. I mean, there's some exceptions to that, but we try to take in everything that's brought to our table. We do that because we know that we can sell it some way, somehow. Now, whether that be on our eBay, whether that be on our website, whether that be on live auctions such as Whatnot, or just at future shows in general, we always know that we have a way to get out of stuff if we need to, and if we buy appropriately, that we can sell it quickly to maybe somebody else that has a better outlet to it and still be able to make our money. So for example, you guys have probably seen I'm pretty hesitant to take in CGC, and the reason is because I do feel bad offering people 60%, but that's what I tell people is, hey, I can take it in, but it's got to be low, it's got to be 60%, and I'm talking about like the CGC 8.5 of common cards, like just random stuff that normally nobody would even touch. But if we take it in at 60%, we've gathered connections over our years of vending and found people that specialize in CGC, whether they rapid fire it online, whether they put it in a mystery bag, whatever it may be. But, you know, somebody that maybe pays 75% for CGC, maybe they pay 70%. And we know that if we take it in smart, we can take it and then sell it to somebody else. Or we could do the same thing, put it on our website, throw it into a bundle, throw it into some kind of eBay lot, whatever it is. But we have enough outlets to kind of sell everything that we're not afraid to take in a lot of stuff. Now, I'm saying this now, I'm about to eat my words, because if you guys don't remember, we picked up some Professor Program cards at LA Collecticon, and these things I have not been able to sell at all. So we sent them off to Z&G, and that's another outlet. You know, you can sell and send them off to auction houses. That was a new experience for us, so we're going to test that out. So hopefully it ends up working out and we sell those for good prices. But pretty much any dead inventory that we have, we need to flush it out either through auction houses or just cutting our losses and selling it quickly and getting out of it. But again, for the most part, we kind of have ways and ideas of how we're going to move something when we take it in, and thankfully we have outlets such as our website and our eBay store to do so. We also are always needing more inventory. We are constantly running low, and if we aren't running low, then we still need more, because we are just trying to build something big here. So that's why we buy so much, is we just want to load up as much inventory. And then also, one of the things that Johnny and I talked about was we think we don't sell as much at these shows, because when we're vending, people come by and cover up our entire inventory with their stuff, like their backpacks, their bags, their binders, and people that walk by wanting to buy stuff can't even see into our cases. So if you guys have seen recently in some of the vendor POV videos, we spend a lot of time buying at the beginning, and then near the end of the day, we sell a ton of stuff, because the influx of people coming in at the beginning of the show trying to sell everything kind of dies off a little bit later, and then there's more viewing of our actual inventory later on in the show. So we've been trying to theory craft ways to make it so maybe we have a set area in the table that we do our purchasing, so that people that want to come and browse and actually buy stuff can see everything we have. Because a lot of the times it's truly just covered in other people's items that we're trying to take in, and we lose out on a lot of sales due to that. What's your advice for a vendor going to their first show? Guys, if you are vending your first ever card show, first thing, the number one piece of advice is just to get out there and go and do it. A lot of people that reach out, they're saying they want to start vending. The only way to start vending is to start vending, so get out there and go. You can honestly start vending with just capital. You don't have to have inventory. It's obviously ideal to have a mixture of both inventory and capital so that you can keep the flow moving. But technically speaking, you can just start out with cards and then buy, sell, trade with what you have. A lot of the times, I would recommend, if you have a collection or something that you just don't really need or want anymore, to start out with what you already have. Don't flush a ton of money into it at the beginning. Start by kind of learning the ropes, kind of learning what you can buy and what you can sell, what you like to deal in, what you don't, and get a feel for it. So if I were to restart right now, I would do what I did again, which is I started with $500, and I would just go maybe pick some stuff up on Facebook just so I have a little bit of inventory, pick up stuff that I knew was popular and stuff that I could potentially flip. Honestly, starting pretty high with your buying percentages also isn't a bad move, just to get some deals out of the way, kind of get a little bit of that money churning, and then also letting people know that, hey, I'm someone new here, but I'm serious about this, and I can pay up for some of your stuff. And just relationships are so important when you're vending. You want people and customers to come back to you and do deals with you. So it doesn't really matter how big or small you are. If you have a recurring group of people that will want to continue doing business with you, that'll help take you to the next level very quickly. So guys, just get out there, start vending if you want to. If it's not for you, it's not for you. It's really just you being yourself, interacting with people, and having fun at the end of the day.
Bring your own food, because convention center food is doo-doo.
All right, one more question before we get into the last one. This question gets asked a bunch. It's, why do you not do more collecticons? Honestly, I've said it since day one. I am a huge fan of the Front Row Card Show and how it's ran. Front Row Card Show, in comparison to Collecticon, in my opinion, is different because Front Row is all about business. It is just a buy, sell, trade location where you can go in and deal directly with vendors and nothing more, nothing less. It's for the collector and for the vendors. So from a vendor's perspective, you'd actually prefer to be at somewhere like that versus a Collecticon where it's more viewed for the consumer, where you can go and you can meet celebrities, you can buy, sell, trade, other things other than Pokemon. You can just go for the experience. You don't necessarily need to go there and do business. Also at Collecticon, there is so much more competition for Pokemon because at Front Row, they have it so it's technically a sports card show. So there's a lot of sports card vendors, and the way they curate their floor plan is actually, you know, some Pokemon, then sports, then Pokemon, then sports, to kind of break it up. So you're not just stuffed with a bunch of people also selling the same stuff as you. So that's kind of like, in my opinion, whenever we go to Front Rows, we are just there and we're just busy the entire day from the start to the finish. Whereas Collecticons, at least from our experience, there's a lot of downtime. I've actually been able to walk away from my booth and view other people's tables, which I've never been able to do at a Front Row. We plan to do more Collecticons in the future. Obviously, we've only done a couple of Collecticons so far, both of them being in LA, so we haven't really been able to experience a lot. We're just going off of our own experiences and what other people have told us. We've got some on the docket, such as Cleveland Collecticon, Phoenix Collecticon, and a couple other ones coming soon later in the year. So we'll have maybe a different of opinion on those shows once we go and do them, but in all honesty, if it was up to me, I would just stick to Front Row Card Show and follow them all across the country because it's my favorite show. They've basically taken my business from nothing into something, and I just love how it's ran, and it's just the best show. All right, guys, final question that we have is, what is the vision for Swans Emporium in the next 5 to 10 years? And in complete honesty, we've got some pretty lofty goals here. We want to, of course, continue to expand. Getting this office space was just step one. We want to continuously grow. We have potentially more places that we could rent out to help expand the business, and then potentially maybe go into the retail side of things. We've been, talking about that a little bit, but it's not exactly what I want to do, but we've kind of thought about the idea of the office being the HQ for the retail space. We do have some plans that we're going to keep secret right now for hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years we can really change the game with how vending is locally, and so that's all I'm going to say about that. We want to just continue pumping out great videos for you guys, get a little bit better on camera because obviously, as you guys can probably tell, we're not the best on camera. So we want to start recording more, showing you guys more stuff, more behind the scenes, keep growing the YouTube. Obviously, we want to hit 100,000, 1 million. We want to continue growing everything that we have. We want to continue bringing you guys the best cards and the best prices. And we just want to continue vending and doing exactly what we're doing right now on a larger scale. So building up the capital, building up the amount of cards that we can take in and showcase to you guys is a huge goal for us. And we just want to continue just expanding and growing. With all that being said, we are going to sign off now. We're actually going to be going to a Collecticon this weekend. We'll be in Phoenix for Phoenix's first Collecticon, followed by Card Party San Diego. So if you guys are going to be going to those shows, come say hi to Johnny and I. We will be there. Make sure that you guys keep supporting us on our website, swansemporium.com. Single, sealed slabs, everything is there for you. We also have the Patreon that you guys can join and get exclusive discounts on the website and just get more behind the scenes content of more of the unfiltered side of the business and everything. Join our Discord, reach out to us via email if you guys have any collections you want to sell. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so we can reach our next goal of 75, 100,000, who knows. Like the video if you liked it, drop me a comment if you guys enjoyed this. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for 50,000, and let's continue pushing. Let's keep going. Thank you guys. Peace.